Okay, it's saying that we're streaming live on Facebook, so I shall trust that. And welcome everybody to the second interview in my Navigating Deep Waters series. I am so blessed over the last number of years to have some very gifted and special people that have supported me through some difficult times. And Yolanda has been one of them, and she has a very special gift of being able to voice channel, which is where she goes into a meditation and she can allow her guides to speak through her, and she can set an intention for the message that she wants, that she wants everyone to hear at the moment. So welcome, Yolanda, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks for inviting me to come on and share.
Now, Yolanda doesn't have a video green screen backdrop. That is actually a window with her garden, because that was the first thing I asked her. Because when I've spoken with her on Zoom before, she's had a white wall backdrop. So I do like the beautiful garden in the background there.
My husband's a videographer, so this is our official studio. However, it's a bit of work to set up down here, so I don't always use the space, but it's a nice backdrop.
It is, it's beautiful. So did you want to just say something briefly about the difference between what a psychic is and what a voice channeler is, and how you work slightly differently than perhaps a psychic or a card reader or something?
Well, a psychic usually is reading your energy. So they're tuning into your energy, and psychics are known for doing predictions. You're going to meet this person. He's going to come into your life at this time. He's going to be wearing red. There's just some little signposts. And, people like psychics because of the heads up of what's coming. Now, a channeler doesn't necessarily do predictions. They more give bigger picture overview and guidance around your situation. And if you are needing to make a decision, they won't tell you what decision you're going to make. They won't tell you what decision to make. Rather, instead, they bring through guidance, clarity around the decisions itself. For example, if you have choice A or B or C, they'll bring through some guidance and clarity around that so that you can make the best decision for yourself, kind of thing. So guides and spirit will never tell you what to do. They really allow you to have your own free will and make your own choices. They're just here to empower you to make better choices, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that. And when I know when I've had a session with you, spirit has been able to bring through some insights and some wisdom about things that I would never have thought of in a million years. And it's really helped me. And also just the way they articulate, it's just really helped me to take the next step and then the next step. So so today we're going to be talking in general about the gifts that this current world global situation is having. And so in a moment, Yolanda's going to go into channel. So she'll close her eyes, and it takes 1 to 2 minutes for her to meditate and for her to bring the guides through. So for those of you who are watching, who are familiar with Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks, who does the voice channeling, it's a very similar process. And so what we're going to do is we're all going to be quiet as well for a moment. And if you're watching live, please say hello. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to share this out, because I know that it's going to be some very special wisdom shared here today. And, we really want this to reach far and wide, because in moments of crisis, one of the most powerful things that you can give people is a bit of hope and a bit of wisdom about the gifts, because there's always a gift in every situation. That's not to deny our feelings or to deny what's actually going on for us emotionally, because we can be with that as well. But it's always really nice to know, have some insight into what the upside might be when we're through the other side of this. So if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, just take a moment to close your eyes and connect with your breath. And we'll just be quiet for a moment. And when Yolanda's ready, she will start talking.
Hello, hello. We are happy to have this opportunity to speak in this moment of your time. We understand it has been a particularly challenging time for many of you, and there has been much collective fear on the planet that has felt as though it can be a bit suffocating at times, a bit draining, and also a bit lowering of the vibration, making people feel much more heavy, much more anxious. And yet at the same time, these are just symptoms. They are symptoms of some things inside of you that you are currently working through, and you have already begun working through them, and you are doing an amazing job, we would like to say, because there have been times in past history when the collective fear has been so overwhelming that it has caused much more stress to the planet. It has been much more widespread. We do feel there have been many people in this planet who have done a wonderful job of transmuting the fear and holding light, being beacons of light through these challenging times, excuse our incorrect word. Now, we want to talk about the gifts of this time, because we do feel that even though it has felt very challenging, often things need to get a bit challenging in order to break stagnant patterns, in order to make better, greater changes. Because if things are, going about the same, it's really hard to make big changes. But right now, with so much up in the air, so to speak, it is much easier for the energy of innovation, for the energy of creation, for the energy of new ideas, for the energy of change to come in. And we want to say that there is already much of this energy that has already, we could say, engulfed the planet, surrounded the planet at this time. So much of this energy is already available to us. It is just about taking some time to take a deep breath, turn off Facebook for a while, turn off the news for a while, get out into nature if you have to, and just disconnect and to work through your stuff, work through what's coming up for you, work through to shift it, clear it, send it down into the earth, because the earth can take it, the earth can handle it, the earth can transmute it. The earth is wanting us to send it into the earth and get into a better space, a space where we feel more expansive, a space where we feel more okay within ourselves. Because when we are in this space where we have created a bit of detachment and separation from the heaviness, from the news, from the chaos, and come into a better, more heart-centered, heart-aligned space, it is much easier for us to tap into these energies of innovation, creation, and change that are upon us, that are here available to us to tap into as we speak. These energies are already here. And we do say over the coming weeks and months, you are going to see many changes happening on this planet. These are not bad changes or scary changes. These are good changes, changes that people have been asking for a very, very long time, but it's felt like it's been really difficult to break out of the old patterns and into the new ones. And now things are happening very, very quickly. New and easier ways are coming, as well as new ideas, new concepts, new creations, new software, new technologies. New technologies are being born out of this period, simply because people are having more time to go within, to connect into these energies that are, we could literally say, draping the entire planet at this time, infusing into the planet, and are available for us to tap into. We just need to call them in, expand into them, call them in, tap into them, bring them through us, allow those ideas to drop in, allow those creative concepts to drop in, allow the innovation and change to come in, allow us to see life differently, see life in a more expanded way, see life with new possibilities, because there is so many new possibilities, so many new potentials available to us right now. But they're very challenging to see when you're in that space of fear, when you're in that space of panic, when you're in that space of anxiety. This is why we encourage you to every day take at least an hour a day to switch off the news, switch off Facebook, switch off the conversation about the times, and just come into meditation. Take some time to yourself, come into a peaceful state of of yourself, where you're able to connect into yourself and breathe. Breathing is so important because breathing helps you to really expand your energy and really visualize your energy expanding out, raising up your vibration. Do some tools if you need to, some tapping, some heart coherence, whatever it is that you do. Do whatever works best for you to really raise up your vibration, expand yourself out into that place of peace and happiness. You don't have to shift all your fear and work through all of your stuff to be able to shift into this higher state. It is simply just about acknowledging that you may still have fear, acknowledging that you may still have some panic, acknowledging that you may still have different feelings, just acknowledging them, accepting them, and allowing some time to yourself to disconnect from the world and to really raise up your vibration, expand out. Because when you're in that expanded state, these different possibilities, these different potentials can start to drop in. Creative ideas can start dropping in. Inspiration can start dropping in. There is so much of this available. It is just about reaching out and taking it and running with it and going with the flow. You're going to find that when you come into that expansive space, there's going to be a lot more ideas coming through you than usual. Don't judge them, don't question them, don't doubt them, but feel into them. How do these ideas feel? Are they for you? Are they for someone else? Sit with them and allow them to, we could say, allow the magic around them to bubble away, because there's so much potential coming at this time. So many innovative ideas. And we aren't just talking about big corporations or really smart people. This is available to every single individual, regardless if you have a business or not. Now, on an individual level, if you don't have a business, there is opportunities for you to grow, ideas to change your life in more positive ways, bring about more flow into your life, bring about more well-roundedness, happiness, peace, and joy into your life. Most importantly, bring about more balance, because for many people, particularly if you work full time, there is a lot of busyness in your life. There is a lot of cramming and packing things in. It is very challenging for you to have that balance. Allow this quietening time. If you're not yet quiet, know that you'll eventually come to that place, and that you can still tap into these energies regardless if you are busy or quiet. But allow the opportunity to start calling in these energies, tapping into these energies, to allow more balance to come into your life, to change your life, to shift your beliefs, to bring about much more of an empowered life for yourself as well as for your family. Because a lot of the ideas that are coming through at the moment, a lot of the innovative, creative energies that are available to us aren't so much for ourselves personally, but they are for the collective. They are for others. They're for our families. They're for our friends. They're for our communities. They're for our businesses. They are for groups. They are for others. So even though you may only receive some for yourself and, perhaps your immediate family, just trust whatever comes through for you is still perfect. But know that one of the gifts of this time is coming together more as a collective, more as a community, and many more ideas are going to be born to support each other as a community, as a society, as a global country, global planet as a whole. So know there is much of this happening as we are stepping into much more energies of individual power, having much more standing firm in our own power, standing firm in our own capacity to make better choices for ourselves and to essentially lead our lives in the direction we want them to go, in the direction that is best for us and for our highest good, as well as helping the planet to do the same, helping others to step more into their individual powers and their individual connections to the universe around them to make better, wiser choices all around for others, for the planet, not just for ourselves. This is sort of the trend that we're going into, away from giving our power to governments, away from giving our power to authority figures, waiting for them to tell us what to do, rather making our own empowered choices based on our intuition, based on our guidance. Know that there are many opportunities right now to step into this even more, to trust your gut, to follow your gut, to do what your gut says. And so this is another one of the gifts coming through, is more opportunity to trust yourself, to stand within yourself, to get confident in yourself, and to really allow more of your higher guidance to come in and bring in creative ideas, inspiration, and insights for both yourself and for the collective communities around you. And with that, we're going to end this transmission here. We could continue to talk for quite some time on the subject, but we have promised to keep it brief. And we send you many, many blessings and all of our love. And until next time, we bid you good day.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I really feel, one of the things that I really feel that the guides didn't say specifically, but it was implied, was a lot more sustainable way of living as well. Like, not just, I feel like there's got to be a point where we move from a product economy where we, you know, where the products and the actual physical things drive the economy, to more of a service-based economy, because we, you know, we just don't have infinite resources, you know, to keep making more stuff and buying more stuff.
Yes.
And so, you know, that was one of the things that, you know, that occurred to me while you were talking as well. And, you know, already people are becoming a lot more community minded. You know, the ideas of the kindness, you know, I'm in a group called #the kindness, what's pandemic? I couldn't think of the word. The kindness pandemic is trending, where people are offering to help other people and gifting people things. And you know, I can already see, and we're, you know, in Australia, we're only in very early days really of people helping out. And yeah, but I love the idea of more innovation, and because we're going to be forced to think differently and to do things differently. So
and it's just that now is the time. It's like the cause and effect. You've got this virus, people are going within, like, of course there's going to be more of that energy available to us. Like, why wouldn't there be? You know, the universe isn't here to torture us or to punish us or to make us learn harsh lessons. They're here to support us, and they would not have allowed what's going on right now to happen if they didn't make extra things available for us that we can tap into, that we can use, guidance, wisdom, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So for people who have never really meditated before, or aren't really familiar with allowing those spirit to speak to them, Yolanda's got, if you just did a blog post recently, didn't you, about allowing inspiration in and stuff like that on your website?
I might have.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, is it yolandachannels.com?
Yeah. Well, yolandatong.com is my website.
Or Yolanda Tong.
Yes, my last name. And Yolanda Channels is my Facebook page, where I pretty much post everything anyway.
Yeah, beautiful. So if you've never meditated before, or you've never allowed the insight, just know that when you get, you know, it's a flash of inspiration. We've all had them. We often have them in the shower, you know, sitting on the toilet, when you're going for a walk in nature. It's because we've removed ourselves from all that external stimulation that we allow that to come in. So when Yolanda was channeling, the guides were saying, you need to switch off, you need to get away, and you need to spend at least an hour quiet time. It doesn't have to be channeling, it doesn't have to be going om and sitting with your eyes closed if you don't want it to be, but it needs to be just listening and allowing, because there's a lot of information available there for us.
And as you said, quite often with a lot of people, it happens when they're moving, when they're going for a walk, if they're having a positive conversation and talking about ideas, or, you know, just sitting outside in the garden, or, you know, there's so many ways it can come through. It's just about how you bring your ideas through, and doing something positive for yourself rather than getting caught up in the noise, the outside noise, allowing yourself to start listening to the inside.
Beautiful. I love it. Now, if you would like to book an hour question and answer session with Yolanda, then you can go to her Facebook page, which is Yolanda Channels, and all the details are on there. And she does 90 minutes if you want something really comprehensive. But if you've got one specific aspect of your life that you would like some guidance for, rather than answers, they don't actually give answers. They give you some guidance and wisdom around to help you to make the best decision for yourself. then you can head on over to Yolanda's page and have a look at that and give, send her a message and organize that. Thank you so much for coming on. It was beautiful.
And I really hope that helps for those listening to feel something positive about what's coming and to feel positive within yourself, knowing that this is going to make you a better, stronger person, regardless of what you do, because you're already dealing with it. You're already coping with it and working through this stuff. And you're already doing an amazing job. We all are. Anyway.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.